Here we're going to change a bottom panel, which is right here. It's cracked. We're going to change this bottom panel out. The cost is $2,395. Here's the panel here. I got it on the truck. Okay, bottom panel right now looks like that. I'm going to raise it up. I raise it a little bit off the ground so that I have room to work with the new panel, so I could get it in there a lot easier. Then I'm gonna put a vice grip under the roller. Doesn't matter which roller as long as it's secure on there. One vice grip on that side, vice grip right here under the roller, one vice grip over here under that roller. I also have the garage door opener. It's holding it in place, and that way we can take out that panel and have room underneath the panel to work with the new section. So we're gonna go ahead and start off. We gotta take the tension off the spring first. So what we do in this case, you want to get your bars and stick them in here without loosening anything. You wanna take all the tension off of the cable. See, if you look over there, you can see that there's slack in the cables. See this slack here? This one still has a little bit. And this one over here is slacked up. Okay, you got both slacked up. You got this roller here holding it. I also put a little screwdriver through one of the holes under the roller so it can't go down any farther. I got one vice grip over here. That should be enough on this one. So now what we do is we go ahead and just remove the cables because they're hooked to the bottom panel. So they go up here. The reason we back wound it is so we can get slack in the cable, take off the cable like that. And then that's gonna come out when we take down the bottom panel. So right now, this door is basically floating there. No spring tension on it. You got these cables off here, right here. They go to the bottom of the door. Right now, there's no cables hooked to it. The springs are still wound. I have a bar holding them. The door is being held up by the vice grips right here and the opener. And if you wanna, add a screwdriver through one of the holes for added security, you could do that too. You just wanna keep the door in this spot a little bit off the ground so that when you pull this panel out, you have room to work with it. And then when you put the new panel in, you're gonna have to move it in and out a few times because you have to set it there to scribe the door. And then you gotta remove it, cut the door to fit, put the rubber on, put the panel back in, and then just hook the cables back on and take the bar out, and the door should go up. Okay, I got the door now floating in midair. Bottom panel's over here now. That's how it'll look. Springs still wound, cables are off, bottom fixtures are here, other one's there. Now we're gonna work with here's the new rubber. We're gonna put this section in there. Now we have a little extra room to put it in, and then we're gonna mark out the ground. I'm gonna go with like a compass and mark the concrete out onto the door. And I'm gonna scribe the door to fit the floor because most of these have like a hump in the middle. So I'm gonna cut it out of this panel right here. Sweep the opening. You don't want the door, you want the door sitting on the concrete. You don't want the door sitting on top of a bolt or a nut or anything. So after we sweep it, we're gonna put this panel in the opening. This is how the panel looks right now till we get it all together again. Right now I'm gonna scribe it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna level the bottom panel put the level on it, get it to where it's level. Then I'm gonna get a little piece of wood like this. I'm gonna cut it in half. I'm gonna put my pencil on top of it like this. And I'm gonna go along the floor and mark it out onto the panel. I put the pencil on the floor where it's going, and I mark this onto the door. This is the concrete right here. Wherever your pencil is, you wanna use the wood to mark it out. We can get started over here. Okay, you can see it's come off the ground, so you're gonna be cutting less off of here. So that means there'll be more door here that fills that gap. In the middle, there was more we'll be cutting off. As you get over here, when you run into things like this, you just wanna, it's two pieces of concrete there. So maybe just stay with the one that you're on. Looks like they chiseled that out. I might have to fill that concrete in. Over here it's touching the ground, so you're gonna cut more off of that side than you did off of that side. But when we're done here, the concrete's gonna be sitting perfectly on the concrete after we make the cut. Now we're just gonna cut this out of the panel. If you can see the line, how crooked it is, that's the concrete. Now we're gonna take the skill saw here and we're gonna cut that shape out of the panel. Now that it's cut, you can see the shape of the bottom of the door. Each end, this is 17 3/4 from the top to the bottom. Then you're gonna go on this side. You're gonna measure this side, and this is 18. So you're gonna mark here 17 3/4, which is about right here. And then you're gonna take your skill saw and you're gonna notch this little groove out of the door so that the bottom fixture will be the same. That mark, then you cut that little groove out. And that's to allow for the bottom fixtures, which are right here. This one goes on the other end, but this one's gonna go all the way to the bottom because it's the short side. That one goes to the bottom. This one here, to be at the correct length down from the top, you're gonna have to notch the panel and get it to go in like that. That way, this is even with that. That way they pull the same. We're gonna put these metal braces on. The way we do that is I line it up with the ends of this style here. This is gonna be the bottom one. I'm gonna go to this side and I'm gonna mark this side even with this style. Any way you can mark it. Then I'm gonna cut it with the Sawzall. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start by putting one at the bottom. One at the bottom there, and then one at the bottom over here to hold it in place. Then I'll get one in the middle. You gotta have the same reveal going all the way down. Kind of keep it pretty close. Okay, now you got the bottom one set. Then you're gonna take this one here. This one's pre-cut for a 16-foot door. It's about that far off the edge there. You can even use this middle pre-drilled hole, and that should be pretty even. And then we're gonna cut a little bit out of here with the tin cutters, and then we're gonna bend the strut. Okay, now we have the struts on, the bottom fixtures back on. I'm gonna put the hinges on this one after I get it in the opening. And then I could just put it where I want it, and I think it'd be a little easier. And I'm gonna put the rubber on after the door is open, because then I'll have a little more room to work. So I'm just gonna slide this panel in, connect it to the other panel, hook the cables on the drums, pull the bar out, the door should be opened. And then I'll just staple that rubber on the bottom while the door is halfway open. As you can see, the rubber's not on the door, and look how nice that cut is. I'm gonna put the rubber on after, but I cut the door to fit the floor. The other one had lights coming in both ends, and that's how you hardware a bottom panel. Okay, so I put the cables back on, hung a vice grip on them to hold the weight on them. All I gotta do now is take that bar out. Don't have to unwind anything. You just go like this right now, and I'm done. This is the balance of the check for the bottom panel. She already gave me a $700 deposit. So the total was $2,395 or $94. And this was the check when I finished. That took me about an hour and a half total to do the whole thing. And the panel was 350 bucks. I made over $1,000, right? No, 2,000. So that's the balance. How are you?
Hanging in there.
Yeah? Hey, what's going on with that door? It's not working?
No, when I try to close it, it goes. Okay, I did mess around with the sensors because it said the sensors were blocked, so I messed around with it.
Yeah.
But that's what it was doing. It was stopping about that close to the
Yeah, it sounds like it needs to be serviced, the door. It sounds kind of dry and crusty. So it's probably real rough towards the bottom. So it's reversing.
Okay.
Because that's where it gets tighter. The track goes down and they get tighter and tighter up against the stops.
Okay.
And when it gets towards the bottom, there's too much pressure on them. So, and you know, up here in the fog, they get rusted out. You got to kind of, you know, lube everything. And it's got the low clearance track and all that. So you're going to need minimum service. And then whatever that is, I'll check that out. I can see the lights on from here, the amber one.
Oh, I can see, yeah, I can see that one.
Yeah, so it's not flickering or anything. That one's on too. But it looks like the wires look like spaghetti over there. Did you pull the wires out?
No.
Huh?
What? No, I didn't touch anything.
Yeah, all this looks like it's hanging. Or right there, that looks like it's all hanging out. So I'll have to mess around in there. Anyway, door service is $349. I can do it for $349.
All right.
I said, how about $449? You said, all right, pretty quick there.
Well, I
Would
don't
you do
know.
5?
I don't know. anything about stuff.
You still have the Corvette.
Yeah, we do.
Do you ever drive it?
It hasn't been driven now in a while.
How long ago did I do this? I remember putting the opener in for you.
That was replaced in 2019.
Oh, okay, so it's been 2 years.
2 years.
All right, well, let me service it and get it all.
Yeah,
So,
well,
because it sounded kind of crunchy there when it's like that.
It's made some strange noises.
Yeah, that's because the rollers are dried up and the track are dry. Everything's dry, so it's not rolling the way it should. All right,
Okay,
so...
well, when you get through, knock on my door.
Oh, wait, all this is falling.
Oh, hey. That's nice.
All right, I'll take care of that too. I'll fix that. So, all right, let me bring in the tools, and
Okay.
I'm gonna be spraying oil. So, I don't know if any will drip on the car. Maybe on this hinge. I'll just go light on this one.
Well, we saw.
Oh yeah, just put it right here because this is where I spray, where the hinges are. That should cover it.
Okay.
All right, let me bring it in.
Come knock on the door.
All right. we recommend you doing, putting a sticker by the wall button with your phone number and your name on it. And basically we service the door here. And we got $349. Sprayed the tracks with grease, adjusted the cameras, tightened up all the nuts, and the lady's writing the check now. So the, okay, $349, check 110. And this is your copy, and you get a year warranty, so if it happens
good.
Again, yeah.
Well, if it's gonna do it, you better do it before the year's up.
Thank you. All right. Okay.
All right.
Bye. Okay, this is the check, $349 for the service, and that's it. I'm done for the day. Here's the two I got today. I got the $349 here, and I got the $1,694 here. Wasn't much work I did, you know, just the bottom panel basically. And then also the other one's I'm gonna probably do it tomorrow because he has to move his cars, and that one's $2,195. I'll film that one on another day. Now go home. If you want to get in this business, I highly recommend this garage door trade. People are calling every day. Their garage won't open, the cable broke, the spring broke. People are always wanting their door fixed. They're backing into their doors. They comes off the track. You know, the doors fall off the track. So if you guys want to learn this business, we have a great opportunity for anybody. Even women can do this. It's not a heavy job. It's basically working with your hands at eye level, most of the stuff. You're not reaching, you're not kneeling down. Maybe once in a while you might have to, but the majority of the time you're on your feet. Everything is within reach of you. It's not a strenuous job at all. It's better to be in shape, but I mean, anyone can do it. Not that I'm in good shape, but if I can do it, you can do it. You get certified, you show up to their house, you're the pro, you're the expert, they're happy to see you. They'll pay you basically anything you want. They just want to get their door fixed and working again, and they want to either get their car out or they want to go to work or whatever the situation is. They always are happy to see you. So get involved. Sign up, garagedoortrainingschool.com. You can get certified. Once you're certified, you'll have the knowledge, you'll have the confidence to go do this kind of repairs. You're not going to get it by sitting there on the couch, and nobody's going to teach you. I wouldn't take you out to teach you how to do this business, and you're not going to know anything. And you know, most people that do piecework, they just don't want to drive around with someone all day teaching them. And most of the time, the person ends up quitting and doing the work for themselves. I'd feel like I was wasting my time the same way everybody else does. So you can learn this business, in 30 days, you could be in business. You can get your business license, you can get the accreditation, you can get the experience. If you already have a truck, I don't know if you have a truck, you can use a van, whatever you want to use. And you can be in business in 30 days making this kind of money. This business is a gold mine, and nobody will tell you about it, because they're all making so much money in it, they don't want you to know about it. But I'm telling you, this is a hidden jewel that nobody's gonna ever tell you about. You just need to learn how to, work with the cables and the springs, which to a layman person, they sound complicated. They look dangerous and all that. But once you know this stuff, it's like I could do this in the dark. I've actually done them in the dark. People have a power failure sometimes. They've had a power failure in the rain. And I'm in the garage and the lights go out and I can still wind the springs, I know where everything is. It's like dancing. I don't even have to think. I have women all the time, they try to call their handyman. And I've had the same thing said to me over and over by women especially. They say, oh, I called my handyman, but he didn't want to touch it. He doesn't know how to work on garage doors, so they recommended calling a garage door guy. Nobody really knows how to work on these. Even contractors, they will try every part of the house. So they'll sheetrock, they'll put in the ovens, they'll run the electrical, they'll build the foundations, they'll frame up, they'll put in the interior doors, the front doors. But when it comes to the garage door, never will they do it. They're gonna always call a garage door guy because even they don't want to mess with the springs or the cables and all that. So you are a specialty trade, almost like an elevator guy. You know it goes up and down, but you would never try to attempt to put one in case you did something wrong. It's the same thing with the garage doors. They don't understand them enough. They'd rather have a professional go out there and deal with it. It's the same thing with homeowners. 9 out of 10 homeowners don't even know who to call. I mean, when they find you and they Google you, or they have a coupon, they see you do it and their door's not working good, or their door breaks, they remember they have the coupon, or they look you up and you're online there, they're going to call you. You're going to be happy they got a hold of someone because they didn't know who to call, or you get recommended. I'm telling you, garage doors is the best specialty trade, and there's a lot of business in it. I'm telling you, this is the best opportunity for anybody looking to make a lot of money doing basically a specialty trade job where not everybody can do it. If you learn this trade, you're going to be definitely getting calls. If you advertise or you send out any type of flyers, you're going to be getting calls. It's not whether I might get calls. You will get calls. And a lot of garage door companies, when they know you do it, they're going to run into you when you're picking up parts, or they're going to see your truck when it has the lettering on it, or they're going to ask you if you hang doors or you repair, can you work for them? You're going to be getting approached by everybody you see. So you'll see, it's kind of weird. You're going to all of a sudden be a popular guy once they know you do garage door. And you'll be calling me and thanking me that you listened to this commercial. And everything I'm telling you right now, you're going to say is absolutely the truth. You know, I can't even get out of this business. It's so good. Well, I've been doing it almost 40 years. I'm still doing it. If a business is good, you stay in it. I mean, my spare time, I'd rather go make money. So, and I'm telling you, if it was hard, I wouldn't be doing this today on a Saturday. So it's not hard, and there's good money. If I can go make $1,200 to $1,500 in 20 minutes work, I'm going to go do it. I mean, rather than sitting around, it's almost like, why retire? So I'd rather do this than to sit around. This is more rewarding for me. I actually like repairing garage doors, believe it or not. So anyway, you guys need to pay attention to what I'm telling you, because a business like this, there's really none out there. We've tried to think of any business. We've sat down and tried to think any business that pays like this, is this quick, and it fulfills every need that you want in a business. I mean, everything is good about it. You get paid on every job right away, good money. There's a lot of work. It's easy. You back right up to the door. You don't have to go upstairs or, crawl under houses or go up on the roof. You don't have to work in the rain. Everything about this business is a positive. Garage door never slows down. Garage door repairs. There's every day, it's the same thing. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's winter, summer, night, day. Springs are breaking every time you open the door. Springs are breaking all over. Like, since I've been talking, just in this one area I'm in right now, probably 20 springs broke. They all need to be repaired. The only way you're going to really learn this the right way is to get online and sign up for that class, www.garagedoortrainingschool.com. At the end, you'll get a certification with your name and everything on it. You'll also learn the most common repairs. You'll learn how to hang a door, hang an opener. You'll learn every type of thing there is that comes up in the garage door industry, like jobs I'm going on today. You see, you can make this back in, one call or 2 calls. You can make that tuition fee back. So get involved. Sign up, garagedoortrainingschool.com. You can get certified.